kwa wakati mwingine mzungumzaji mkuu atakuwa ni mtendaji mkuu wa klabu Bwana Crescentus Magori. Kupitia nani atazungumza na wana Simba na Watanzania nini ambacho klabu ya Simba imeonelea kiseme leo. Kwa karibuni sana na habari, lakini karibuni wote mnaotuangalia majumbani kupitia Azam Sports 2.
Asante Bwana Haji Manara, mkuu wa idara ya habari ya Simba. Ndugu wanahabari, leo tumekuiteni hapa kama klabu ya Simba kwa kazi moja kubwa ya kuweza kumtambulisha afisa mtendaji mkuu wa klabu ya Simba. Kama mtakumbuka, huko nyuma tuliwatangazia kwamba Simba inatafuta afisa mtendaji mkuu sambamba na watendaji wengine wa klabu ya Simba. Mchakato ulikuwa ni mrefu kwa sababu tulitangaza hii kazi kwa watu wote ndani ya Tanzania na nje ya Tanzania. Katika nafasi hii ya afisa mtendaji mkuu waliomba watu 8. Katika 8 hao 6 walikuwa ni wa Tanzania na 2 walikuwa ni raia wa nje. Mmoja alikuwa raia wa Marekani na mwingine alikuwa ni raia wa Afrika ya Kusini. Baada ya kupata maombi yale, tulimtafuta mwelekezi katika masuala ya rasilimali watu ili aweze kutuchambulia kwamba ni wapi wenye sifa. Na sifa tulikuwa tunaitaka ni pamoja na elimu, lakini mtu awe na uzoefu katika uongozi wa michezo. Uongozi ni uongozi. Unaweza kuwa umeongoza benki, unaweza kuwa umeongoza bima, unaweza kama umeongoza wizara, lakini sisi tulikuwa tunataka kwamba tumpate kiongozi aliye na uzoefu wa uongozi wa michezo. Sasa baada ya kupitia maombi yale, yalichujwa majina kupatikana watu 2 wenye sifa. Katika watu 2 wenye sifa hao ndio tulifanyia usaili na kamati maalum ya bodi iliyosimamia zoezi hilo ambayo nililiongoza mimi mwenyewe. Sasa huyo mtu alishapatikana, lakini tulichelewa kumtangaza kwa sababu alikuwa hajapata kibali cha kazi. Sasa juzi amepata kibali cha kazi na sasa hivi tunafuatilia kibali cha makazi. Tukaona basi wakati tunafuatilia kibali cha makazi, ni vizuri tumjulishe mtu huyo kwa umma, kwa wana Simba na Watanzania waweze kumfahamu. Na atakapofika hapa nitamtangaza huyo mtu ni nani na mtaweza kumuona, na baada ya hapo nitamkaribisha azungumze nanyi, na baada ya hapo tutakuwa na maswali. Kwa hiyo naomba mvute subira wakati mtendaji mkuu mpya wa klabu ya Simba tukiweza kujulisha umma wa Tanzania ni nani. Naomba pia niwaondoe shaka wana Simba. Baada ya kufanya mabadiliko ya uendeshaji wa klabu kutoka klabu ya wanachama kuwa kampuni inayomilikiwa na watu 2 kwa maana ya wanachama na mwekezaji, ni vizuri pia klabu ikawa na uendeshaji wa uweledi ili tuweze kupiga hatua kubwa. Kwa hiyo bodi imejali kwamba tumtafute mwekezaji ndio huyo anaingia hapa. Tumtafute mwekezaji, mwendeshaji ambaye atatusaidia kwenye kuendesha klabu yetu kwa uweledi zaidi.
Big man. Yeah. How are you? So Haji. Yes.
Kwa hiyo jamani, mbele yenu mnaye bwana Senzo Masingiza. Yeye ndiye anakuwa afisa mtendaji mkuu wa klabu ya Simba. Yeye ni raia wa Afrika Kusini. Ana uzoefu mkubwa sana wa mambo ya michezo. Amefanya kazi kwenye klabu mbalimbali, Orlando Pirates, Platinum Stars, lakini pia amefanya kwenye shirikisho la soka la Afrika Kusini, lakini pia alikuwa mmoja wapo wa waandalizi watendaji wakubwa wakati wa kombe la dunia kule South Africa. Kwa hiyo sisi tunaamini Simba imepata mtendaji mkuu halisi, na huyu atatupeleka mbele zaidi katika utendaji. Kwa hiyo baada ya kuongea haya, nitamkaribisha azungumze nanyi, aeleze mikakati yake na nguvu zake na utendaji wake. Ataeleza pia na historia yake, na atajaribu kusema nini anatarajia kukifanya katika muda ambao atakuwa klabu ya Simba. So Mr. Senzo, before you, the members of the press, I've just introduced to you that you're a new CEO of Simba Sports Club, and I've just told them, through them, the public, we're live on Azam Sport 2, so the whole country, outside the country, Tanzania, they're watching, that when we were advertised for the post of CEO, we had 80 applicants, and out of the 8, 6 were Tanzanians, and 2 were non-Tanzanian, the South African, who's you, and the American. And after that rigorous exercise, you emerged the best candidate of all. So congratulations very much.
Thank you very much
for the job. You just won. But I've told them that the expectation of the club after transformation, the board thought they need someone who can take this club in a more professional way. And you know, Simba members and fans' expectations are very high, and we hope that by this appointment, you'll do justice to the club to ensure that the experience, the skills you have gained in managing the football affair, the soccer affairs in South Africa and various institutions, football club, federation, will be an asset for Simba in the years to come. So without much ado, I welcome you to speak before the members of the press. I know you are a quick learner in Swahili. You'll be able to put some few words in Swahili. But I know after 3 months, you'll be able to speak good Swahili to most Tanzanians. Otherwise, also most Tanzanians do speak English, so this will not be a big problem. So please, Mr. Senzo, karibu, zungumze na media. I think you better move to this position.
Thank you.
Please.
Asante sana, C.E.O.
Asante. Former CEO.
If you allow me, I will read. I've prepared a small speech. Katika mkutano wa hivi karibuni wa SADC uliofanyika hapa Dar es Salaam, moja ya mazimio yaliyokuchiliwa na wajumbe ilikuwa kutambua Kiswahili kama moja ya lugha ramzi inayotimua na tuma za SADC. Ninajikuta kuwa inanibidi kufuata msimamo na kujifunza lugha ya kipekee inayozungumzwa Afrika Mashariki, hasa kwa sasa nikiwa mkaa wa hapa Tanzania kwa muda. Karibu. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Firstly, greetings to all who are gathered here, especially I see that these members of media who are here. The most important component of our sport in Africa and the whole world, it's media. So we are very excited that you've honored the invitation from Christian Magori, our former CEO, to come and grace us with your presence as the announcement of my new appointment at the club. I also would like to take the opportunity to appreciate the opportunity that this gigantic club has offered me. Simba is a very big club, not only in East Africa. I've done a lot of research and I've been following the club for a couple of months now. I can't claim that I've been following it for all these years, but for the couple of months I've been following Simba and I've learned that it's a big club. We can only take it to the next level. We can ensure that it's not only an East African-based club, rather it's an African giant, like all these other big giants that we know of in Africa. I'm joining Simba Sports Club at a very crucial stage of its transformation. And I must convey my excitement in the achievement that the club has achieved so far. Transforming is not an easy process. It takes time, it takes sacrifice. There's always people who believe, others don't believe in the process. But I think this is the right path. It has happened in a number of big clubs around the world. I must say that football is unique in every country and every continent. I'm sure that this is the same here in Tanzania with its football. Please do not expect any miracles from me, except that there's going to be several reforms in the club. And these reforms are aimed at shaping the new dawn of professional approach at Simba Sports Club. I commit to a transparent, professional, and collective leadership in my secretariat. I expect to meet many different stakeholders within the club to agree on some few issues and also agree on terms of reference as to how best to move forward. This is a very, very, very unique club with its unique history and norms. It is important to acknowledge this as I embark on my duties to ensure that Simba Sports Club legacy and its history remains intact. I'm sure that one of the burning questions from most of you gathered here is that, where am I going to start? What is that I'm going to do first to ensure that we achieve what we intend to achieve? Well, in brief, the following are the key focus areas which I intend to perfect during my tenure as the CEO of Simba Sports Club. Firstly, the internal restructuring. We need to have an independent professional management structure to drive the club forward. Secondly, transformation of football. Recruitment of players, alignment of all the development teams. You know, there's this concept in football that a club is a senior team that's playing in the Premier League. A club consists of a number of teams, from juniors, ladies clubs, all the way to the senior team. That's what makes the club. So I believe that if we insist and put systems in place to ensure that the football part of this club is transformed, we will be able to achieve most of desired outcomes. Thirdly, I want to focus on promotion of Simba Sports Club as a selling brand in East Africa and the rest of the continent. We need to take Simba to the world. We need to employ aggressive marketing and selling of this brand. As an example, in Spain, a few years ago, I mean, a number of clubs reformed, you know, and one of the best things that they managed to do, even in England, you know, is to sell their brand beyond their borders. It is important for us to ensure that Simba is not seen only as a giant in Tanzania, East Africa, but the entire African continent. In that way, we ensure that even when we start competing at the CAF level, we are able to hold our own. I know that recently there was a very big disappointment that we were knocked out of the CAF Champions League in the first round. Well, that is a running CAF. We need to do better. We need to ensure that in the next round of matches, we are prepared and ready for that competition. The other aspects which we would like to focus on, the development of new business. You know, we need to diversify our revenue streams. I know that it's history here in Tanzania and East Africa that clubs are run through members, through donations, through gate takings and all that. We need to find ways to better get revenues for the club. One of those days whereby we just wait for the boss to give money, take the money, play the players, and then we move on. We need to find ways. How do we get business? You know, how do we ensure that the club has got enough funds to sustain itself going forward? You understand? So these are the ways in which we're looking at going forward to ensure that we diversify in terms of our revenue streams. The most important thing, the transformation of fans from being fans and members to being customers. What is the use of having 65,000 supporters at the stadium, but those supporters or fans just remain fans? Let's turn those supporters into customers. So when you are a Simba member, you know that I'm a customer of Simba. Every 2 shillings that I spend, they must be spent towards ensuring that Simba becomes a better club. Everything that we do, we must start thinking Simba. How we spend our money, how we do our things. I know that Mr. Magore, there's a number of initiatives that have already started under your leadership to ensure that there's loyalty cards that we've introduced recently. So those things will ensure that you not only see yourself as a Simba sports club member or fan, rather a customer to this a big club. So we employ a number of strategies to ensure that we become business partners in this project. So these are a few focus areas I thought I will share with you. And of course, I will expand on all of these areas in details in the next few weeks. It's not going to be smooth sailing. I'm aware that there's going to be challenging circumstances. It's never easy. You know, change is not always easy. It comes with its own challenges, you know. And I'm not coming here with a big-headed attitude to say that I'll change things. I understand that the landscape is different. There are people that have been here longer than I was who know the space better. So I'll be looking forward to working with everybody as we navigate this important transformation of this beautiful club. In closing, I would like to assure you that this list is not the only thing that we'll focus on. We will be announcing several short-term strategies to ensure that we remain relevant in the African continent, after, of course, the devastating first-round exit in the CAF Champions League. We are currently Premier League champions. We need to defend our Vodacom Premier League Championship. You know, that's what we focus on in football. We have a Federation Cup, we've got Sports Pesa Challenge, and Mapinduzi Cup competition to play. So I said, it's not all easy. It's not all over because CAF is gone. We've got all these important competitions that we need to focus on. So I would also say that Coach Patrick Osasem and his technical team, they have a lot of work to do ahead of them, and we need to continue supporting their efforts, and we must ensure that we fill those stadiums. What I've seen when I came to Simba C.E.O, when you invited me for the open day, I've been here in the country for some time now. I managed to hide myself, but when I was here during the Simba day, I was fascinated. You know, I've been all over the African continent. You know, we are the only people that come close to what Simba can do are the North Africans. Even back home, the only clubs that are close, you know them, there's only 2. Now there's a 3rd one that is a recent CAF champions, Mamelodi Sundowns. So I was very, very impressed. So I'm saying let's not only fill the stadiums when we have Simba Day. Let all the Simba Premier League matches be as full as it was during the Simba Day. Haji, you know, I've been following you from media. You know, the work you do with the club is amazing. So we need to continue to ensure that people come to the stadium. There is no need sitting at home and not coming. By coming to the stadium, at least that 10 shilling that you pay for the gate intake assist the club to go forward. You know, your singing, your cheering of the players makes us, you know, more lethal in front of our opposition. So I'm putting in a plea to all our fans and members of Simba let's come to our matches. Let's support this club. We've got a lot of things to worry about. KEF is behind us. We've got a number of commitments that we need to worry about. So on that note, I would also like to take this opportunity to wish Taifa Stars all the best tomorrow against Burundi. The 1-0 draw away was very, very important, though we've equalized, but it's very, very important. So I hope that, because you know the success of your national team, you know, it's not only a success of the national team, but it's a success of the league itself. That means our league is competitive. That means we've got players that can compete at a high level. So I'm hopeful that Taifa Stars can go to the next level, and I wish them all the best. And really, with those few words, I would like to say thank you. Asante.
Asante.
Okay. Thank you.
Haya, ndugu zangu, kama kuna maswali, any question?
Yeah, introduce yourself.
Manara.
Congratulations for having that post. How tough have you discovered posting up?
Okay, you can take 5. Take 5 questions.
Mwingine, maswali matano.
Okay, thank you. My name is Juma Ayo from AFM Radio, based in Dodoma. First of all, let me congratulate you because historically it seems your CV is very, very good. Thank you very much, and you're warmly welcome in Tanzania.
Thank you very much.
My question, I will read it as I wrote it. Last time you were the leader of Platinum FC, if I'm not mistaken, and then you left to the club. But after you left it, the team was scattered. I need to know from you why you left, and why did the club break up after you left? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Another question?
Hata Kiswahili kama
Unaweza kuongea Kiswahili afu tuka
shit.
Okay, let me answer those while they are thinking. Yes. No job is easy. First question, it says, how tough is my job? No job is easy. Even if you're at the hotel, you're hired to be a cleaner here, it's tough. Because you must ensure the beds are done in a certain way. You must ensure that it's clean. So no job is easy, you know, but at least you stand a better chance to do well in a job if you've done it before elsewhere. The experience, the skill to be able to do the job, you know. So as I said to you, it's not going to be only me as a CEO to run the club, but I'll have a support. And I'm not taking this lightly. It's going to be a very, very challenging job, but I'm sure I'll be able to manage. You know, I've got the prerequisite skills to do my job, and I'm sure that we will succeed in that aspect. Why I left Platinum Stars, and after I've left, things fell apart. You know, this is a question that even back home we have not dealt with. If you allow me, Platinum Stars was owned by a group of a nation which is rich in wealth and minerals. They've got their community that they support in terms of monies. They give monies to the community. They assist them with electricity, water, and all those other things. So football came as part of something that they thought would be something nice to have for the community. They built a stadium there. There's Royal Bafokeng Stadium that they have there. They've got a beautiful training facility which Simba used during the pre-season currently. The reason why I left is that the owners of the club made it clear that they no longer want to be involved in football going forward. So going forward, it was very apparent that they were going to sell the club. It was apparent that they didn't want anything to do with the club going forward. So I could not sit and find myself in a position whereby I've been told that we're going to close shop, we're going to sell this. So I felt it's good that I move on and do other things, because as much as you work for an organization, you also have your personal career that you need to worry about. So the affairs of the club, it was a very good success in my tenure, if I may say. I arrived at Platinum Stars in 2013. And on my arrival, they had not won a trophy over 10 years. On my arrival, we did some few changes. We won 2 trophies. We won the the MTN 8 Top 8 Cup. We went on to win the Telkom Cup, and guess what? We won these trophies against my former club, Orlando Pirates. You know, so there's been a good success at the club. Unfortunately, the owners decided that no, they no longer want to be involved in football. They've got other important issues to worry about, and then I felt it's time for me to move on to also look for other opportunities as an individual. I think that's what has happened at Platinum Stars.
Thank you, Wesley. Can I add more? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Another question. Which way can you help Simba Sports Club to win revenue from the abroad, apart from denoting money from the other sources or local sources, like depending on their fans or their supporters? That is the question.
Look, it's a very good question. That process does not happen instantly. Firstly, we need to build our brand. We must be seen as a club that everybody wants to invite. You see, when there's big competitions all over the African continent, they will always look for teams that are playing in the top 4 of the Champions League or CAF Confederations Cup. So we need to deal with our image, our branding as a club, so that we are seen as a sought-after property, you know, so that when there's big competitions outside the country, we are able to be invited as well, you know. Typical example, everybody wants to play TP Mazembe. Why? Because they're a giant in African football. They've achieved a lot of things in African football. So when you bring TP Mazembe to your country for any friendly matches, you are guaranteed that people will follow that match because it's a well-known club. So we need to work on certain aspects of our Simba Sports Club so that we are at a level whereby we are able to command a recognition in the African continent. But there are other ways in which we will try and get some revenue beyond the borders of Tanzania.
Yake.
Okay, Mr. C.E.O., for the couple of months, the one who was in your post before, he took Simba to the quarterfinal, this Champions League. What do you think? Is it, you can say that it's a pressure for you to go, to make Simba to go further away from that, and it was just unlucky to go to the semi-final. And similar to that, the whole development we're going to work with that. But the one which is important is football, Simba to play football. What do you think in the issue of having a good quality players? Do you think Simba having those players and the way you saw them?
You see, it's always an issue when you come after such giants like Magori. You know, he's done very well. You know, he's had a successful stint with the club. It's not going to be easy. You know, as you said, I'm coming at the point whereby we are restructuring. You know, football is played in cycles. A best team today might not be a best team for next season. That means it might be best up to this point. After that point, you need to break it down, get new players, get new mentality, get a number of players that can take you to the next 3 or 4 seasons. You know, I mean, TP Mazembe didn't just win Champions League; it took them time. Mamelodi Sundowns back in South Africa, they didn't just win Champions League. They had to invest. They had to look at their players, look at their structures to ensure that after a certain time they are able to sustain their winning. Also, it's very important to win because you've planned to win, not to win because now you find yourself, hey, I'm in the quarterfinals, hey, things are happening. No, it's important to win, knowing that you've planned for this. And the success that as the club has seen, we need to improve on that. You know, you've asked me about the quality of players. I've seen players from afar. We've got decent players that can take us to the next level. It's just up to the coach, combinations, and ensure that we go to next level. I mean, I watched it in the last match when we played our first Vodacom Championship match. You know, we played very well. You know, we played very, very, very well. But it is important that we always keep pressure so that we are always on top of our game. So far, I'm happy with what I'm seeing from Mpya. But as I get into the nitty-gritties of what is happening, I'll be able to make more comments on issues of players, how we play, and all the other things. But for now, I'm happy with what I'm seeing. Obviously, we can improve or do better, like any other situation. It's normal.
Any other question? Yes.
Okay.
Hizo langu ni ule mtu ambaye ni mzuri sana Afrika kama wote kwenda kubwa barani Afrika. Kwa tayari amesoma barani Afrika. Pia tatizo liko wapi? Wapi? Mimi na uhakika vilabu vyetu kwa ukanda wa Afrika Mashariki sio kwamba ni vilabu vikubwa sana. Ni vilabu ambavyo tunahaswa kufikia zile levels za vilabu vya Afrika Magharibi pamoja na ukanda wa Afrika Kusini pamoja na kaskazini kama Misri, Morocco na Tunis. Unahisi labda wewe kwa uzoefu wako kuongoza mpira na nini, sisi Afrika Mashariki tatizo liko sehemu gani labda ambao unahisi tatizo sana kwa sababu tunashindwa ku compete labda South Africa and the North Africa and the West?
Maybe to translate, he's asking that you are very experienced in running football affairs in South Africa with the biggest clubs. And it's just asserting that our clubs are not as big as South African clubs, the North African clubs. What do you think, by being here for a couple of weeks, what do you think you can identify as a big problem or hindering blocks for East African clubs to prosper as South African clubs or North African clubs? What do you think is the problem? What is the hindrance for East African clubs not to prosper as the giant of South African clubs or North African clubs? Sawa?
Yes.
Oh. Firstly, I would say that don't underestimate your uniqueness as a country in terms of football. You love football here, but I've seen it's not the same in South Africa. Yes, you support football in South Africa, we go to stadiums, but the matches I've seen here in Tanzania, people do really go to the stadiums. But you see, the economies as well of these two countries is different. I mean, I've done some little research. You know, our economy is maybe 10 times more than the economy here in Tanzania. If you had the same numbers of people going to our stadiums back home, I'm telling you, we'll be one of the richest because we'll rake in a lot of money. But when you look at how much you've spent going to the stadiums, for instance, how much is a ticket to enter the stadium, you know, compared to how much is a ticket back home, you know, those disparities makes it as if you are not good enough, or rather you are down there, because it's money. For you to compete against the best, you must have money to be able to buy players, to buy this, and compete at that level. You understand? So we need to take step by step, introduce new reforms, and understand where we're going. Also, it's not advisable to pumping money, boom, all at once, hoping that there will be achievement. We need to build a number of things to ensure that that money that we pump back into the club is able to assist us to go forward. Make no mistake, in terms of support, in terms of supporting football, you are amongst the best here in Tanzania. But in terms of the biggest clubs as well, you know, one of the things is that, for instance, now, Swahili, of course, as I said in my opening remarks, that it's now an official language within the SADC. But one of the hindrances is that somebody will pick up an article online that speaks about Simba, but now because he or she doesn't understand Swahili, it's not of interest to him. he loses interest. Understand? He's not going to read. But the more we understand these dynamics, now we start pushing like other languages when we communicate. So people say, oh, now they take the newspaper, they start reading now. Oh, we've got Mpya. Oh, we've got this player in Tanzania, we've got this player in Tanzania. Oh, they play over the weekend, this and this is happening. Now people get starting to have an interest in what is happening in Tanzania. So it's going to be a process. I think all of us need to embrace it. We will find ways to ensure that this football in Tanzania is known beyond the borders of Tanzania.
Okay. Kuna swali tumemaliza. Okay. So mimi niwashukuru sana kwa kuweza kufika, na najua ilikuwa siku ya ni weekend, siku ambayo mara nyingi kufanya press, lakini jana tuliahirisha press kwa kufanya jana, lakini kwa sababu ya national team tutashindwa kufanya. Kwa hiyo tunashukuru sana. Mtapata contact za bwana Senzo, msaidizi wake ni Risla pale. You get the contact from her, because especially from next week mimi nitakuwa ni C.E.O mstaafu. Kwa hiyo Senzo atakuwa na run affairs of the club on a daily basis kwa niaba ya bodi. Kwa kwanza niwashukuru sana kwa ushirikiano ambao mmenipa. Nimefanya kazi tangu mwaka jana Novemba, ilikuwa ni miezi 6, lakini ilibidi wakati natafuta CEO mwingine niendelee. Nashukuru sana wanahabari, nashukuru sana wana Simba na Watanzania kwa ujumla. Kwa wale ambao ni wana Manara tumekwazana, ni waombe radhi. Ilikuwa ni kwa sababu ya nafasi yangu leo. Ila sasa hivi nimekuwa mahuri, narudi kwenye ushabiki kabisa. Kwa hiyo sidhani kama tutakwazana. Kwa naomba radhi ambao tumekwazana. Tuombeane radhi ili tuweze kuelewa. They say I should repeat the media in Swahili. The media does not get cross. Repeat your Swahili speech. The media did not get it properly. This speech yake sio unasema wakati anafungua.
Yeah.
Arudie Swahili. Kwa Swahili asome. Speech yote ya mwanzo.
Ile mwanzo kali kadogo. Kali Kiswahili.
Let me okay. Yake anasema hivi. Katika mkutano wa hivi karibuni wa SADC uliofanyika. Yeye mmechelewa.
Sasa mmechelewa kama niliomba haji. Kama mwingine alikuwepo hapa. Vipi bana?
Okay, read it. So they want to get you because they're late. They're not these friends of ours.
Katika mkutano wa hivi karibuni wa SADC uliofanyika hapa Dar es Salaam, moja ya maazimio yaliyoshiriwa na ujumbe ilikuwa kuwa kutambua Kiswahili kama moja ya lugha ramzi inayotumiwa na tumeza SADC. Ninajikuta kuwa inanibidi kufuata msimamo na kujifunza lugha hii ya kipekee inayozungumzwa Afrika Mashariki, hasa kwa sasa nikiwa mkazi wa hapa Tanzania kwa muda karibu.
Lakini nataka kufafanua, huyu bwana muuliza swali zuri sana. Sio kama amelijibu, lakini vizuri sana media mkalipata kwa faida ya mpira wetu. Huyu bwana swali lake ameuliza, huyu bwana amekaa hapa muda huwa. Ni kitu gani nafikiri kinakwaza mpira wetu? Vilabu vyetu havina uwezo au fiki uwezo kama vilabu vya South Africa au kama North Africa. Unaona swali lake lilikuwa zuri sana. Senzo amejibu hivi. Kwa kwenda mpirani inawezekana hapa tunazidi hata South Africa au nchi nyingine. Tatizo linakuja hapa, nafikiria the difference ni uchumi. Sio kama unaelewa. Kwa mfano hapa kiingilio cha chini hapo chaji shilingi ngapi? $5,000. $5,000 ngapi? $2. What's the minimum fee entry gate in South Africa?
About minimum is about $9 or $10 minimum.
$10. Hiyo ndio ya chini. Kwa hiyo ina maana sisi kwa mfano ngoja nikwambie shirts we sell here like the replica tunauza elfu ngapi 30 eh? $13. Well, replica?
It's about a proper replica. It's about $100. It's about $90.
So you see, the clubs are able to make money. Kwa mfano mechi ya Simba Day ile tulipata 370, which means ingekuwa tunacharge $9-10 kama wanavyochaji, tungepata shilingi milioni 100 700 na kitu. Lakini watu wezi kublame vilabu, ni level ya uchumi wa nchi uko chini. Kwa hiyo inabidi tubuni vyanzo mbalimbali vya kufanya tuongeze mapato, na nakwambia hakuna shortcut ya mpira bila nini? Yes. Pesa. Nafikiri swali muhimu sana. Tuangalie pia watu jinsi ya kuweza kuwa customers wa vilabu. Kwa njia nyingine amesema, sio tu fans tu, customers. Kama na spend hii kinakwenda Simba, kama nanunua hichi kinaenda Simba, kama nakunywa hichi kinakwenda Simba. Ndicho kwa maanisha kwamba everything you do, think how your club is getting ilikuwa ni hayo. Jamani, nawashukuruni sana na Mungu awabariki. Wikendi njema. Kesho tumpige jirani yetu.
Asante. Thank you.